Good evening and welcome to episode 133 for Schnozzcast on Saturday, July 24th, 2021. This is Bob, joined by my co-hosts, Nick Bader, Cory, Todd Dillon, and we are live on YouTube for the very first time. So to the 7 people, minus 3, which is me, Nick, and Cory, welcome to the grand experiment that we're doing right now. What we're trying to do is get to evolve the podcast, and so we'll see how this goes, but we want your feedback. And so if you're here for the very first time, you're probably not. There's no way you would have found us. There we go. But if you want to listen to the high-def, glorious audio recording of what we're about to do, you can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Mixcloud, Amazon Music, Pandora, Audible, or anywhere else where you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media and Instagram at Schnozzcast, Facebook at Schnozzcast, and you guessed it, right here on YouTube. And if you're here, please hit subscribe so you'll get a notice when we, right, Cory, go live.
It would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button, and you will be notified every time we do a live stream now.
Woo! And you can also email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us at 618-SHOCKER.
The Shocker line. It's always open as long as it's during the podcast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are, before we jump into it here, we now have our very first sponsor. So we're very proud. We are sponsored by Apothecare in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and by Apothecare's owner, Anthony Freed, the weed god, as he says. Apothecare is Ann Arbor's premier locally owned and operated cannabis cultivator and dispensary. All of their in-house products are certified organic by an independent company, and all of their packaging is recyclable or biodegradable. They carefully breed and nurture their cultivars to provide the desired effects of either uplifting, relaxing, or balancing the mind and body. So whether you want to try cannabis for the first time or you're an educated patient, their medical team and expert apothecarists, that's a tough one to get through, are here to help guide your journey toward better health. Start it by setting up a private virtual medical consultation at www.apothecareannarbor.com. And for those who are looking, it is APOTHECARE, Apothecare.
And this all happened very quick today, so we will have graphics and stuff on the screen to put up.
Yep.
With their website and email and all that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, and tell them the Schnozzcast sent you. In addition, the owner is also sponsoring a free concert from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Saturday through September 11th, weather permitting, at 9444, that's 9 and 3/4, Main Street in Whitmore Lake, Michigan. You can get there not just by car, but also by boat for those sea captains with yachts or dinghies on Whitmore Lake. You will also be able to enjoy lavishly prepared food available for purchase on the on-site food truck hosted by our own Chef Michael J. and Nick Bader from the Freelance Chef. Craft beer will also be available for purchase, and there will be a designated area to smoke your favorite herb, man.
Herb. Who would have thought? Good old
Will
Anthony.
it be edibles?
I'm sure that they'll be available for purchase. If he's got any, yeah. I'm sure.
Bring your own.
Knowing the weed god that I've recently met, knowing him just the short amount of time that I've known him, I would assume he would have some. Great guy.
I can't wait to get my bag of Sticky Icky.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna send you some of these as well, Todd. Yeah, he was kind enough to throw us some merch, some product. Mr. Freed seems like a really great guy, and wanted to help out any way he could with the show. So he gave us some gummies that some of us that are able to do so with work will go ahead and try maybe tonight or in the next day or so. And,
have fun, fans, guessing which combination of the three of us will be doing that.
Yeah, and we'll let you guys know. Like Bob had said, it's vegan, gluten-free. They don't make the standard, THC gummies. It's actually high-quality products and ingredients. So we're going to test it out, see if we like it. But, yeah, if you guys are in the Whitmore Lake area, he's got a really cool setup. Giant, 4 foot tall chessboard that you can
I
play.
wasn't sure what you were going to say there, but
Yeah.
chessboard, okay.
Yeah. Huge penis. Yeah, he's got a spot where you can pull up your boat, send a runner up to the food truck, get some really good food. All we got were good reviews today on the food, and people said it was amazing. It really is fantastic. So if you're in the area, definitely stop by and grab some food. If you can stay and hang out, and come chat me up from the Schnozzcast.
Yeah, or if you're not interested in that,
cool. Thank
hit
you.
them up.
If you're not interested at all in talking to
I
Nick,
don't have a boat, and I don't want to talk to Nick. You can still go to their website at apothecaryandarbor.com. So definitely check it out.
Get a boat, Bob. Get a boat.
Yeah, he'll be doing those free concerts for the next 8 weekends.
Yeah, so you've got 8 weeks to buy a boat and get yourself out there.
He's got some headliners. He spent a substantial amount of money to fly people in from all over the place. From Nashville, there's someone that was on second runner-up on The Voice that he's having come out. He's got high hopes of doing fireworks around the lake and flying drones to take pictures. And the last time I chatted with Anthony, he told me that he's looking for cool and unique acts, jugglers, flamethrowers, stuff like that, sword swallowers, to get come out to his event. He's looking for cool stuff. So
All you sword swallowers out there, and we know you're fans. Hit him up.
Yep.
Anthony Freed. Mr. Dillon, how are you, sir?
I'm mighty.
I am mighty. That's usually followed by some sort of a fall. So I'm not wishing that upon you. What's new in your neck of the woods over there?
It's all good in the hood. We're housebreaking a puppy, and actually next week I will officially be a farmer. We're having our chicken coop built, so we're gonna have chickens. I'm officially Farmer Todd.
You got way too many Todds. Way too many dogs to have chickens.
There's
That's gonna be a
another.
nightmare.
I give him a week.
There's another Todd at your house.
By the way, happy anniversary, dude.
Thank you. 16
Mary.
years, man.
Tell Mary she's a saint. I can't believe she made it this long.
I know.
Special place
I
in
can't
heaven.
believe she hasn't murdered me yet.
That's coming.
That's your
Likely.
17.
She's got a 17-year plan.
What's your 17-year plan? Well, don't kill Todd.
Nothing. Never you mind. Get back to those chickens.
She's fattening me up for the slaughter.
Go on, get.
Oh,
Yeah, Todd, that's what I expect every time I do now is to speak like a southern farmer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I've got to tell you something cool. He told me about these gummies that are in this like
It's one giant gummy.
no
200 milligrams.
just that shape.
Yeah, right.
It's in this like plastic container with this really cool black label on it. Normally gummies that we get come in like almost like a glorified Ziploc bag. So this is kind of cool. But he said even this quote unquote plastic container is biodegradable. Like it will break down. It's some new technology.
Huh.
Thought
What do I feel like Nick is going to be digging into those gummies and then like, oh, it didn't hit me yet. I'll take another. And then by the time this podcast is over, it'll turn into a ball of goo.
no, we've learned for one to not do it during the podcast.
Yeah. And if you're interested, go back and listen to past episodes and see if you can guess the one in which that happened.
And we've also learned to wait a full hour before saying, "Hey, this stuff ain't working.
This is bullshit. Give me one more of
Wait
this.
a second, I need another one.
Let's have another one." Because guess what, boys and girls, those of you that are new to gummies like us,
Yeah.
cup of coffee ain't going to do it. So it's not going to clear things up.
No.
You're in for the ride.
Yeah. You're on the roller coaster until the roller coaster stops. To quote Mr. Chris Rock.
But I think Bob did describe one experience that we accidentally overdosed ourselves as he felt like he was nailed down to his chair.
I was. Invisible nails, as they say. So, what else, kids? Cory, how are you, sir?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
A little late, but
Haven't heard
Yeah.
that for a while.
Hoping that would
TT.
happen.
There it is.
Taoist tortoise.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh, something
You know-
never get old with Todd.
You know what the great part about that is?
No,
I could-
nothing. There's nothing great about that part.
I like it.
It's always a backup title for the episode in case I can't come up with anything better.
Oh, great.
It's always there.
So glad. Can you just use it and get it out of the way? So
You think if I use it, he's going to stop saying it? Is that your thought process?
Trying to speed.
Dude, this is going to
here.
stick. Your kids are going to call you TT.
Oh, fantastic.
TT!
Who says something about you anywhere around my kids, Todd? No, you stay away from Todd.
Jack's like,
No. You got to introduce him to Uncle Todd.
Jack's like, wait a second. So, Dad, you're telling me that I have to call Cory Uncle TT now? I've never even called him Uncle before. You will address him as Uncle TT.
Uncle TT.
Fantastic.
How funny would that be if
my God.
if you work that out with Jack to very nonchalantly just hold this close to your vest, and the next time put this feather in your hat. The next time you see him, just very nonchalantly be like, "Oh, hey, Uncle TT."
The problem is that Cory holds a grudge, and that's Cory wouldn't just that off. He's gonna next time Jack needs something, like Jack's not gonna get it from Cory.
I could just
Why? It's an awesome nickname.
I could see.
Is it Todd?
I don't think Cory's seen it that way.
I could hear it now. You know. You think that's fucking funny, you motherfucker? Yeah, fucking come a little closer and fucking say that to me, Jack.
Jack will definitely be driving from Greenfield and wherever to come pick you up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Isn't your real name John?
Why am I being punished for this?
That's not punishing you. You're going to ride either way.
Oh, true.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair enough.
Punishing me would be if Jack was like, "No, I'm not picking him up."
They'd be punishing you, right? Hey, the other thing I wanted to mention, man, we went out to brunch today. Did not go for a hike, which turned out to be a really smart idea because it was
Secret hike.
fucking human as balls out there. But we went out to eat at this place called French Toast in Livonia on 5 Mile, just off of Haggerty.
I know of it, yes.
Did I just hear a south?
South of Haggerty?
Yeah.
South Haggerty.
I hope not.
Detroit flag.
So
North and South?
if there was a south that was just let out of the bag,
Yeah.
can you please isolate it and keep that sound clip? Clip, yeah.
Right. I will.
Please.
When I listen back to this, I'll probably skip right past it because I won't hear it, but then I'll hear this part and I'll go, ooh, let me rewind.
Yeah.
See if it's there.
See if the south is there.
Anyway, she's been trying to get me to try it for a while. And
She?
here's Lori, Lauren and I both
okay.
went. So here's what I want to do, Nick. I would like your help in trying to get all of us to go as a group along with Chef Michael J. Because the food's that good.
So hold on.
Yeah.
You are trying to schedule an outing
Yeah.
where Mike comes to a restaurant with us?
Yeah, unless you don't think he'd be interested.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Okay.
I just have heard that's gone bad in the past. It's just what I've heard. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
I can't confirm or deny it, but
I mean, I'll take your advice on this. If you think it's a horrible idea, then we can.
Is he going to go Gordon Ramsay?
No,
This is shite. And start throwing shit at the freaking sous chefs? Is he going to do that? If so, let me know the weekend because I'll be there.
Well, that's another question, Todd. Are you making any tentative plans to make your way back to Michigan for the end of the summer?
I am actually.
Todd.
I am. I'm actually traveling this week, and so I'm going to test out the airways. I'm going to be in Boston this next week. But yes, I'm going to do something in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I should be back in Detroit.
Okay. Just give us a heads up on the date as soon as
we
you
were
know.
told at one point in time that you were going to try and collaborate vacation plans so we could see you on our vacation, and that never happened.
That never happened. I know. I fell short.
Road to hell is paved with good intentions, Todd.
Well, hopefully we can get some kayaking in while you're here.
You can do that.
But yeah, the food was great. With or without Michael J, we should all, because they are a hell of a lot closer than Vivio's downtown, and their Bloody Marys, awesome Bloody Marys.
Really?
Yeah. So they're only open till 4.
Do they have a Michelin star?
I do not know. Was there for the
They
first
do
time
not.
today.
And do they have bacon in their Bloody Marys?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. It was
Hey,
not
okay, then.
Not even an extra.
I think he's just saying that. I don't think
She had the crab cakes Benedict and
Ooh,
sounds pretty good.
We tried an appetizer which was fried green tomatoes and fried shrimp with a Cajun aioli sauce. Really, really good.
Well, just the fact that they have anything Benedict on the menu is impressive because a hollandaise is fucking difficult to make.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have
Why?
to, you have to like.
Don't you have to like whip egg whites to a certain?
Well, you whip egg,
Okay.
and so it's a yellowish color. So it has the whole egg, but you have to constantly move it, like in a double boiler. Like if you were to do chocolate, you can't just put chocolate on the stove because it'll burn. So with a hollandaise, first of all you have to make it on the spot. It doesn't keep. You can't freeze it. You can't put it in the fridge because it separates. So you have to basically take water that's boiling, and then turn it off, and it has to be a certain temperature, and then put a bowl over the boiling water and constantly whip and add vinegar and mustard and all this different stuff. And once it's done, it's ready to go. But it's like a 10 to 15 minute process just to make that, and you have to make it to order. So that's absolutely impressive because it's a pain in the ass. There's nothing you can do to get around it.
If you make a a bowl of it,
Yeah.
how long will it keep before you got to make?
I mean, it'll as long as you keep it somewhere. Like if you were to keep it by a stove that was on and it was relatively warm, every now and then you stirred it, it'll be okay. But you can't just set it somewhere. Like there has to keep moving. You have to stir it every now and then.
Okay.
It's not something they can be like, yeah, grab the hollandaise out of the walk-in. We got one of those Benedicts. Like they have to make it.
Okay.
So that's impressive because a lot of, I mean, that means that they actually have to have chefs there, like not just a line cook.
Yeah, we watched some of the food coming out because so I will say they told us, we got there at about 2:30 this afternoon. They were open till 4. They said there was an hour wait. And we could leave our name and number. They would text us, but we had 5 minutes to get there before they give our table away. We only ended up waiting, I think, 20 minutes, and then we got the text. But we were sitting at the bar, ordered the Bloody Marys. They got a full bar there. But we're watching the food come out, and I'm looking at French toast, chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Come on, Todd.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Really-
chicken
really,
tenders
man?
or real chicken and waffles?
Oh, dude, if they're chicken tenders, I will never go there.
I did not have it, but
Same here.
based on everything I saw and everything that I got the biscuits and gravy, which was fucking fantastic. I would assume that it's real chicken.
What? Wait.
Chicken tenders can be real chicken.
Yeah.
I was just saying that cut of the chicken.
Oh,
Like is it an actual chicken breast deep fried?
It's either
and-
Can't say
a wing and a thigh or a wing and a drummy.
I don't know.
Real chicken. Real chicken pieces.
Thank God they have real chicken.
Exactly. They've got
Sorry, I
the
missed what
subway
the
of
question
chicken.
was. I thought
it's,
I
hey,
also didn't order it. So
this is not this is not a frickin' soy substitute. This is real chicken. They got real chicken here. Fucking White Castle has real chicken, dude.
oh yeah.
Real chicken. Like someone was really on the fence. And then they're like, oh, hold on. It is a good restaurant.
It's Impossible Chicken.
Oh, God.
Impossible Chicken.
Oh.
Is there Impossible Chicken?
Absolutely there is.
I've heard of Impossible Burgers, but not Impossible Chicken.
Well, I don't know that it's called Impossible, but I've actually gone to a vegan restaurant where they have like chicken and mashed potatoes, and of course it's not real chicken.
Oh, not real chicken?
What?
Correct.
Oh, a vegan restaurant. Yeah.
Correct.
The waffles are fake. The chicken is real.
just so you know, someone's going crazy on the thread right now.
That's Lori.
Also explain.
Sorry, what?
Lori's going crazy. They make everything fresh. Real chicken and waffles.
Lori also didn't
beef
have the chicken and
ground on
waffles,
site.
so she knows as much about them as I do.
So fresh battered chicken breasts is what she says.
She doesn't know that they were fresh battered.
First of all, she's allergic to chicken, so she's never tried it.
Right.
She's only describing what she saw pass in front of her,
So
which is exactly what I was doing.
She saw a passing glance of someone else's chicken.
Oh,
And she
someone
was
else's
like,
chicken.
real battered.
Yep, looks real to me.
No, I mean, when you said that, that you and Lori went, I could see why people were probably questioning if it was real chicken.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to get a weekend like Sunday hangover brunch scheduled for you fellas down at Vivio's for a while, and this might be a little bit. I would definitely go there. I mean, the good news is that she's only 5 minutes away, so she can go put the name in.
Who?
And Lori, so we don't have to go there and sit and wait for an hour. What?
She.
You were just talking about her.
Yeah, no, I know. I just thought we were done. Well, she says
we can be done.
No.
It can be done if you want.
No, but yeah, to people that aren't really sure in regards to what Bob's talking about the Vivio's thing. Yeah, Bob thinks it's a great idea that after we drink until our bodies almost completely shut us down and force us to pass out, hopefully not die. Hey, let's get up.
Just to the point of all.
Let's get up super early that next day when we feel absolutely like dog shit and drive to Detroit. Because that seems like the best plan. I don't want to see a window. I don't want to leave my bedroom. And Bob's like, yeah, go down to Detroit.
By the way,
no.
early has been like noon, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's very early. When we stay up till 6 in the morning,
like, no, I get up at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, we're a bunch of jackasses. We know that. Yeah. So when you're like, yeah, that is fucking early. It's very early.
Yeah. I mean, if we do the podcast on Friday, then you conceivably could do it on Sunday. That's like a whole 36 hours later. We should be fine.
How about I'll go to the corner store and I'll get you the Vivios in the bottle. And
it's not the same, man.
Okay.
Not the same.
It's their product.
It's the same thing with the McDonald's fountain Coke and the ketchup and mustard packets that apparently have to come from the fast food place where it's not the same if you just use regular ketchup and mustard for your fridge.
I get the McDonald's fountain Coke thing, but
so how do you get that and not this?
Because McDonald's is not pre-packaging McDonald's brand fountain Coke and selling it. It's a different blend. Coca-Cola has said before that McDonald's has a copyright on a certain blend of Coke that only McDonald's can use. But if they put the McDonald's brand on it and said McDonald's brand Coca-Cola, then it might be the same thing. This is Vivio's brand Bloody Mary.
Right, but it's not that. Actually, what you're going to get is all the rest of the stuff that come with the bacon, the asparagus, the provolone, the capicola.
I've never seen you on a Vivio's experience. I haven't gotten all those things in my Vivio's Bloody Mary when I've been there.
It is a full-loaded Bloody Mary experience.
Is this like an off-menu item?
It is a meal. You could legitimately have a couple of those and you're good for the day.
A couple?
For the day?
Yeah. I mean, you're getting
I've had Bloody Marys at
a quarter pound of bacon and a bunch of other stuff.
I've had Bloody Marys at Vivio's before.
Okay.
I've never had one with all the things you were telling me. I'm like, it's like, oh yeah, bacon, a pickle, some celery, and maybe some olives. But it's never. Maybe it's a certain kind. Maybe I don't know.
It is, yeah.
Which is the one? What's the
superty doopity?
The superty
doopity.
The full day
Bloody Mary.
We call this one the full day.
Kyle, this is all you need for a day.
Yeah, the you're done Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Yeah. So for all those people who are looking
so we're
for
going?
Bloody Marys, no, of course we're not going. He's never going to go unless I say, hey, let's go on a Saturday at 7 p.m. Then I might be able to.
Oh, definitely go, yeah.
But really, no, at that point, at 7 p.m., you're just waking up. You're probably ordering some DoorDash.
For sure.
And for free. That's all you're going to do from 7 to 8:30.
Yeah, if I can't bring myself to get my own food, like I'm not from around the corner.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm not going to Detroit. I literally feel like death warmed over.
I feel like the time you got to get Nick to go to the restaurant is on a weekday, right after work.
Sure.
No, when I get to town, we rent a caravan. And when we drive down to Detroit, we park right in front of this place, and we drink all night long, and then wake up right in front of it.
Okay, I don't want to be sleeping in a van in Detroit with any.
In a caravan, not a van.
What's a caravan? Isn't a caravan?
A Dodge Caravan? Isn't that a van?
No.
No,
dude, like a motorhome.
Oh, a motor.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
okay.
So we're buying like 8 cars to drive. Like that's the only caravan I know of. So
No, he's talking about an actual motorhome.
A motorhome. Yeah, okay.
We rent a motorhome.
Yeah.
Todd, we're talking about
Drive down
Detroit. We're not going to be safe in Detroit.
Come on now.
Todd's with us. We'll be fine.
Exactly. I
Would
still
you
got
make
my
Todd sleep
pass.
outside the motorhome?
Yeah.
As a warning?
Yes. Sorry, Todd.
Jesus.
Here's a blanket,
Me
buddy.
and TT
There's
are
white
holding
guys.
this
There's
down.
white people in this motorhome. Keep moving.
Hey,
fellas.
whoa. Were you trying to break? You trying to break in this van? This motorhome? Those are my white folk. Mine.
Yeah. Perhaps you've never heard of the white folks in the Schnozzcast.
That's it. We need to rent one. We need to get it. We need to get the, what do you call that? When you wrap the thing with the Schnozzcast and the Apothecare logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So renting a motorhome and vinyl wrapping. You take care of that. And yeah, we'll be there, buddy.
We'll look into the venue, Todd.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll call ahead at Vivio's and make a reservation.
You take care of transportation and the wrapping of that transportation, and we'll make sure the reservation.
That's what sponsorships are for, I thought.
So, you want Apothecare to sponsor our motorhome for our drunken junket to Vivio's while you're here in town?
Isn't that why we did the deal?
Okay, then.
And when do I get my M&Ms?
Oh, they're going to be in the mail.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Dude, do you know how much it costs to vinyl wrap a vehicle?
You know who also does it for free?
Downline.
Yes.
Who?
Dylan.
Have to do
Dylan's
the Painted
boyfriend.
Bob's house do it.
Yeah, Cory. So he also prints colorful vinyl for free?
He can.
And
Word.
who's paying for the vinyl?
No one.
Apothecare.
We'll talk about this after.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away.
I was going to say, I'm like...
Does Dylan
vinyl-
also have like a crime-free parking spot in downtown in Eastern Market?
Oh, that'd be great.
Because that's really the problem. That is the big problem that we have to
Like
overcome.
Yes, the
guarded
crime-
by robots and fences.
Yeah.
The crime-free park, is that the new committee that Detroit has started?
I mean, if there isn't, there should
crime-free parking spots?
be. Yes.
Listen, we've
Whoa.
We've gotten
Man,
all
this place crime free. Where are you going?
we've gotten all the criminals together, all the homeless people together,
Yeah.
and have given them their packets
Right.
that list the specified crime-free parking spots. They are more than welcome to commit crimes around that parking spot,
Not on those spots, though.
but just not on that parking
don't-
spot.
When the cops come, they're like, man, didn't you read your packet? This is a crime-free parking zone.
Dude, I unfortunately know too many homeless in Detroit, and I don't trust the homeless guarding us. They can be bought off too easily. You give them a small pint or something like that and say, let me in. They'll be like, all right. Some of them a cup of coffee.
So we buy the fifth. Dude, we're doing this all wrong, and we get a table out there and we start slinging some of these gummies too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're getting arrested in Detroit.
Yeah, this is going to be a party.
Who is going to arrest us?
Detroit police.
I can't remember the last time I saw a Detroit cop.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Are they?
Not doing
I
much,
feel like
but
they have other more important things to tend to.
Yeah, but I know some Detroit cops that also have told me in the past that they
Look, I know you like coming down here, Nick, but as your friend, I'm telling you, don't come down here with your RV trying to sling gummies right in front of Vivio's.
I remember this one.
It's not gonna fly.
This one buddy of mine and Cory's that we used to work with is a Detroit cop, and he would say, he's like, dude, I don't see what the big problem is. You know, if it's predominantly white neighborhood and a cop pulls over a car full of black kids, he's just doing his job because he knows they're out of place. Just like me, if I see a carload of white kids driving around the hood, I fucking stop them right away. He's like, because they're probably coming to buy weed. He's like, so it's just good policing. I'm like, oh, okay, buddy. I don't know if that's the way it goes, though.
yeah, not really, but
But that's what I was told.
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, Todd, great plan.
Thank you.
When you get the dates, let
Yep.
us know what the dates are.
Will do.
All right, let's do a little blues news.
And now it's time for booze news.
Cory,
Yes, sir.
do you use Google Maps or do you use Waze, or what do you use for your map software on your phone?
I do not use Waze.
Okay.
I know Nick's a fan. I am definitely not.
Okay.
Bring me into this.
I will normally use Google Maps, but if it's something that someone sends a link and it automatically defaults to Apple Maps isn't as bad, but
Isn't as bad. Okay.
Apple Maps, they have their own maps.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's enough already.
it's primarily Google.
That's enough already.
Yeah, with the Apple stuff, we get it.
Yeah, I prefer my Waze. That company.
Seriously, Waze is amazing.
Yeah,
I use Waze when I want to make Mary mad at me. I have it set to boy band, and the dude turn left, and Mary freaking goes nuts.
Dude, that's awesome. I know there's voices you can download. Like,
In half a mile, turn right.
wow.
Mary hates it.
Hey,
I did it all the way to Portland.
I remember one time I had Sam Jackson. You need to turn left.
What else? Was Ice T one of the voices you can get to? I feel like it was
on
Ice
Waze.
T. Yeah.
I'm sure you can download it. There's probably
Mr. Or is it Mr. T I'm thinking of?
probably Mr. T.
One of those T's.
Yeah, not
Mr. T would be awesome.
Yeah.
Turn right, fool!
Well, Cory, if you're ever in Scotland, you may want to watch out.
as I might be.
Google Maps. There's a Scottish mountaineering group that has apparently levied some criticism against Google. They figured out that Google Maps had been suggesting potentially fatal routes up mountains and even directly over cliffs.
Oh no.
There's the John Muir Trust, which is a Scottish mountain conservation charity, claims that routes recommended by Google Maps up Scotland's highest mountain, called Ben Nevis, are incredibly dangerous and potentially deadly. And they also claim that a separate route suggested for another mountain called An Telek, I'm probably butchering that Scottish name,
No, not at all.
takes users directly over a cliff. Experts claim that even experienced climbers and mountaineers would have trouble on the route suggested by Google Maps. And the line goes through very steep, rocky, and pathless terrain where even in good visibility it would be challenging to find a safe line. Google had no response other than to say that we built Google Maps with safety and reliability.
Come on, Google.
We're working to quickly investigate the routing issue on the Ben Nevis mountain. So, watch out, Cory.
Driving along, just thinking you're safe, and all of a sudden you're in a Scottish moor.
Yeah. I mean, that's only half your problem. Then you're walking over a cliff.
Yeah.
Are they okay there, buddy? All right. Let's see. Did I have another one? Since Cory's otherwise occupied. I had one more.
For booze news?
For booze news. They just debuted in Amsterdam the world's first 3D printed steel bridge, weighing 6 tons and over 40 feet long, which I thought was pretty interesting.
The thing looks hideous.
It is it looks like something out of Aliens. This is from the Smithsonian Magazine. So if you Google 3D printed Amsterdam Bridge, I'm sure you'll find it.
It looks like a laying down Darth Vader dog.
It is. Well, so it's supposed to cross. It's kind of it's in the red light district of Amsterdam. There's like a river that's running Venice style down between the blocks, between the buildings.
Betwixt
Betwixt the buildings, and it is meant to cover so that it's a walkway, not for foot traffic.
Oh, okay.
But so essentially, this bridge doubles as a living laboratory with hidden sensors that collect real-time data about the performance. They're trying to figure out, okay, we're going to put this bridge here. Mm-hmm. Let's analyze how it reacts over time as pedestrians cross it, and it gets a certain amount of foot traffic over time. It's never been constructed before. It's first one of its kind. And
It looks so weird.
yeah, it looks like something from outer space. It was completed 3 years ago, actually, but they were renovating the walls of the canal that it's supposed to overlay.
Uh-huh.
And so they couldn't install a bridge until this month. They had 4 robots, killer robots, I assume, helping
robots.
helping to build it and then ship it to the site and lift it in place by crane.
I wonder if like the people that were attempting to design this were like, oh, we want this really normal looking bridge, and the robots did that. They're like, no, it has to be a space looking bridge.
I mean,
That doesn't look like any bridge I've ever seen. It looks like Like as if like you flew to a different planet and we're like, this is what we have over our waterways. That's literally what it looks very strange.
I think what happened was they figured out that they're going to, okay, this is going to be the first of its kind. And that attracted, I think, a lot of architectural engineers and people who wanted to make a statement. It's looking toward the future. Maybe this is going to be the future of pedestrian footbridges. And this is the stamp that they put on it. They wanted to make it, give it that futuristic feel.
I mean, there's no like open air aspect to it at all. It's fleeing. It's like a tunnel. It's like a tunnel that you set. Oh, I guess the top part is open.
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks like a totally different one than the first one you showed.
It's the same. It's the same. It's just got these weird. Or you talk about the very first.
Yeah,
one.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay,
it's
so that's the opening.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I'm looking at this as like.
I see.
All one thing, like a Darth Vader dog. Yeah.
It still looks. I mean, even just to look at that looks.
Yeah, it's not as crazy.
Funky. Yeah. But, if this means that they could do it cheaply and just as safely, then hats off to them.
We're going to do a Schnozzcast shot?
Yeah, that's Boozes. That's Boozes for the week.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Todd, you got something?
Yeah, what are you drinking, Todd?
I do. I am drinking back to the Moose Drool, Big Sky Brewing, Montana. A little brown ale for me. That's my drink, and I'm doing a shot of Crown Royal Apple. I put it back in the cooler. I was looking for it.
You know what's funny is last night.
Let's do the shot and we can talk about last night.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, if you're out there on YouTube live watching us now, please join us. Pour yourself a shot.
And I was just going to say last night I almost bought Crown Royal Apple. That's all I was going to say.
Machu Picchu.
Newport News.
Ooh, Machu Picchu. Pu de Mayo. Cinco.
That's fantastic.
De Mayo.
Okay. I don't know why somehow that was worse than the first one.
Yeah, they just get worse.
Hey, Todd Dillon.
Bob Rankin.
Do you happen to have anything prepared tonight for 90 Second Sports?
I do. And I was almost going to cross over into booze news, but I do.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 Second Sports.
90 Second Sports brought to you by Todd Dillon in his research and care and timed by Nick Bader.
It's a fantastic segment. Todd, are you ready?
I am ready.
Does it have anything to do with horse racing?
I am ready.
He's going to bury the lead. He's not telling you anything.
90 Second Sports with Todd Dillon starts now.
No horse racing this week. There's so much to talk about. Hey, I was born in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Bucks win an NBA title. Outstanding. That was going to be the thing I talked about, but no. Colin Moriarty.
Use your words, buddy.
No, I can't say his name. Moriarty. I got a brain cramp. Anyway, Colin wins the Open. I could have said it any time before just now.
What's
I
his
was going
name?
to talk about that. Colin Morikawa. You're taking up my time.
Hold on.
I was going to talk about that.
No,
but wait a
don't
minute.
stop it.
You think I got to talk about the Olympics. Dude, the Olympics has just started. The Summer Olympics. I was super excited, but then I stumbled across this statistic. The Japanese Olympic Committee ordered 160,000 condoms to be handed out to the athletes at these games. So I'm like, 160,000 rubbers. That's a lot of rubbers. I'm like, there must be like, what, 100,000 people there? No, there's 11,318 Olympic athletes. And they had to order 160,000 rubbers? How much fucking is going on in the Olympic Village? I think that should be an event. There should be the 100-meter dash, how many people you can fuck during a freaking 1.5 week period. And then literally, and if you get a gold medal and you fuck over 10 people, that should be an Olympic, like a double size gold medal for just
sorry,
stamina.
Todd, we're out of time. That was 90 Second Sports. I gave you a couple extra seconds there for the mispronunciation.
Colin Morikawa.
I tried to.
Now he gets it.
I tried to restart the clock, and my hand was smacked with a ruler.
No. You got to follow the rules.
160,000.
It's not your fault he couldn't pronounce
rubbers.
his name.
Bob Rankin is, if nothing else, a stickler for rules. So
Yeah.
he was the guy that didn't have to read the inside of the box.
160,000 rubbers.
Wow.
Yeah, with one dick apiece. I'm not sure why they needed so many rubbers.
What's that? That's what you came up with?
Cricket.
I didn't want to interrupt his 90-second sports segment.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Bob's like,
Wow.
wow, I thought that was going to be go over a lot better than that.
He said it with confidence
I did.
too. He was like, "Oh, I know this is going to crack these guys up," and
I just had to wait a couple extra seconds.
just flopped.
A couple extra seconds.
Damn Colin Mitsubishi.
I don't necessarily think it was the actual joke, Nick. I think it was the shirt that affected the delivery of that to me.
So,
Yeah?
Yeah.
He was like,
It got very dad for a second.
He definitely gave us.
I mean, I was wearing the shirt for the last 50 minutes, so.
I know that's the first thing that's actually affected.
He definitely gave
Wow.
us. He definitely.
Okay.
He definitely gave us the Lashinsky smile. That's for sure.
Did I? God, I hope I didn't.
Oh,
I'll
damn,
go back to the video.
So anyhow,
You did.
That would really bring me down. Bring me down.
I'm really upset now too because I realized I just had a drop for that completely lined up. That would have been
did?
amazing.
no, you don't. No, people will.
That
laugh.
went over about as bad as the joke did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first it sounded like a bunch of chickens, real chickens.
It sounded
I wasn't
pretty
sure. At the end, I kind of realized it was laughing, but
Oh well.
Hey, well, since I'm on topics that nobody fucking cares about, Cory, you have that link that I sent you?
I do.
I'm hoping that somebody in the audience watching us, maybe Todd Dillon, because he and I are roughly the same age. I found this website called intheseventies.com, and they've got so for the younger Schnozzcast fans who don't remember, back in the day when we were kids, there were 3 channels. It was ABC, NBC, and CBS, and that was it. So when the TV guide came in the mail every week, you were excited because you're like, oh, what's going to be on fucking TV this week? And so this is a very cool site that in 1978, this is what was on TV every day.
okay, boomer.
Todd, can you see this?
I can-ish. Yep.
I don't know how small it is, but
It's small and fuzzy, but okay. What am I looking for?
Yeah, you're looking for so prime time, 8:00 Sundays. You got Battlestar Galactica, Mary, and whatever the big event was for the day, whether that was a game or whatever.
Yep. Welcome back, Cotter.
Yep, that was
WKRP,
the big night.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Cotter,
Yeah.
WKRP,
Sweat Hogs.
and Little House.
Sweat Hogs.
I love how your segment that only the boomers would be interested in because we're alive during any
We're
of
Gen
this.
Xers, bitch.
You picked a website that has the smallest font in the world where the audience would need to put on some sort of glasses to be able to even see this.
Corey even zoomed in on that.
Yes, I did.
Can you zoom in anymore? Or is that's it? That's,
Otherwise, it was going to take a lot of stuff out of frame.
It's like,
Okay.
It's like -1 font.
well,
I think they're
I was
fucking
reading
with
it.
I think they're fucking with you.
we also have audio listeners who can't even see, so we're reading it. So yeah, Mondays you had the big trifecta. Welcome back, Cotter. Welcome WKRP and Little House. Tuesday night you got Happy Days, leading right into Laverne and Shirley, and then Three's Company and Taxi and Starsky and Hutch, all on ABC.
This is
It
depressing.
was a
The Gran
huge,
Torino.
huge night. This is a big night.
Big night. Big night.
Wow.
This is, I
We're
mean,
Gen Xers, bitch.
yeah.
I was waiting to see how long it would take.
When you look at this calendar, I mean, this looks like you're looking at a Netflix calendar where you're scrolling.
No,
up and down
this
going
looks
like-
nothing like Netflix
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
all. No, this looks like
or sorry, not a Netflix, but like a Hulu with live TV like guide
this looks
or a YouTube TV.
like the first version of Windows that came out after MS DOS. The first Word program that they came up with. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks nothing like Netflix.
You brought up something
2001.
pretty.
What's that?
You brought up something pretty funny, Bob, during your kind of description, though, is you actually, people subscribe to, we never ever subscribed, but every now and again, my parents would splurge at the grocery store, buy a TV guide, because there was that's how you found out what was going to be on television.
That's right. You had no idea unless you were
1
just
week
watching it and waiting.
Al Roker.
Yes.
Nope, not doing it. But yeah, so I thought it was really interesting. Anyway, if anybody out there is interested in this sort of nostalgia stuff that goes all the way back to '69, they've also got a page for the '80s and the '90s. So Cory, if you want to make this, as Nick said, this is just applying to like Todd and I and all Gen Xers. You can go to the '90s where you guys were kids.
Yeah. I'm good.
Power Rangers and
Fair enough.
Ninja Turtles.
No, Ninja Turtles wasn't in the 90s.
Ninja Turtles wasn't in the '90s.
Of course it was.
Well, like, what? Early 90s?
I'm asking you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably started late 80s, early 90s. I mean, I wasn't playing with Ninja Turtles toys in the 2000s, and
Well, no. I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't.
I don't think.
I wish you were. That'd be amazing.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, probably
You
late
should see
80s.
what's behind the cement wall there.
Oh yeah.
My dad
The whole playscape.
literally the other day I was talking to my dad about this very thing, the water coming in my basement when we have these like flash flood things here, because I live apparently in a swamp. And he literally said, he's like, "Are the giant Ninja Turtles okay?" And I'm like, "That's really funny, Dad," because he thought it was so cute that he just drops off bags and bags and bags of toys that he's kept for 30-some years, and now I have nowhere to showcase them, so I have bags of my old toys, including foot-tall Ninja Turtles.
Over here?
Yeah, you've never seen them?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I looked right over them when we were looking for leaks and
Probably.
water coming in, but I didn't know what was in them.
You have to kick me while I'm down, Bob. When we were looking for holes in Nick's house while the flooding was happening, I
Never
didn't
mind that
see
he was
any
just
toys.
talking about the water like flowing out of his bathroom.
That was enough, though. That was enough. One
Yeah,
time
that's
was
enough.
enough. Yeah.
It's cool when Nick does it.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about, I mean, it'd be like if I was like, "Oh, remember that one time that your toilet was an icicle?"
You do all the time. That's cool though. Nick did it. It's acceptable.
Cory, weren't you excited to pee on it? Isn't that what you told me?
I told him that I get that ice down, no problem.
It was like, it was just sliced right through it.
There, Todd's. So the bathroom in Bob's basement. When we first started recording over there, the first time we went to go use it, the door was basically sealed shut until we busted it open, and you could tell no one had been in there since maybe '97.
When I was playing with my Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Right.
and there was literally nothing in there except for cobwebs and the toilet, and a piece of newspaper on the ground. I believe it was from like 1932.
Yeah.
And the corpse
It was.
of
31.
Bob's second son, Bill. We
Yeah.
found Bill in there.
Dude.
And-
that's dark.
And one winter we went over there, and the entire toilet was completely frozen.
Yeah, like the house was fine. Like the basement would be like a little cooler, but it wasn't anything that was unbearable.
It generally gets pretty cold in the basement because there's no heat vents throughout the ceiling. So the furnace is on the other side of the basement.
But
Or the
yeah,
bathroom.
but I remember for the most part we were okay. We weren't like wearing coats in your basement or anything like that.
Well, it depends on who you ask. Danielle was always shivering.
Well, but she shivers here too.
She
So.
had like
And-
nine blankets.
And I remember looking, I've never seen this before in my life, and looking in the toilet bowl, and it was one giant piece of ice. Like the water in the toilet bowl was completely frozen. And I'm like, what is going on? And didn't it crack the bowl?
It did.
It-
I had to replace the toilet.
Yeah, it cracked the bowl. So Bob's solution of
Sorry, turlet.
Bob's solution, so it leached out of the bathroom, clean toilet water, out of the bathroom, like onto the carpet, like nice Berber carpet.
Yeah.
And we showed up one week, and Bob Bob had cut like a 3x3 section of Berber carpet like out of the carpet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, it was all wet from the toilet. And I'm like, so you cut out the carpet? He's like, yeah, it was ruined. I don't,
Yeah.
Was it like brown or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Had you just shit onto the ice cube or?
No.
Why was it brown?
I do not know,
You
but it was
couldn't
not
clean the carpet?
It was not clean water. No, and the pad underneath it was also wrecked.
Did you ever replace it?
No. No, what happened was
just a chunk
what
of
happened was
carpet
we started doing the podcast over here.
And then
So I didn't
Hold on,
I didn't
hold on.
need to.
What does doing the podcast over here have to do with you replacing stuff in your
Because
home?
any motivation for me to replace that is completely gone. Now
well,
that
Nick,
Exactly.
we started the
So that's-
podcast here, and I
the only
promptly
person
forgot
going
about
in my
it.
basement is me.
So now when you go into the basement to fold laundry, like you have to walk right by this chunk of carpet. Just
No, if I'm gonna get clothes out of the if I'm gonna wash any or dry any clothes, then yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
that was the solution. Like
Yeah.
it would be like if I spilled like some sort of stain on my kitchen, and which my kitchen table does have a stain. I had one of those Glade plugins that knocked over, and it took the finish right off the table. But like if my solution was
Burn the table.
I'm just gonna cut a giant hole in the middle of the table. Like that probably makes just as much sense.
Yeah. So, lesson for all you kids: if there's water coming in Nick's basement, don't talk about it.
That's right.
Because he's gonna bring up some fucking story about you that takes another 10 minutes to tell.
Didn't you just?
Oh yeah? Well, guess what, motherfucker? I remember when your fucking toilet froze.
Didn't you just have like someone come over and like fresco the whole house and paint and
Yeah,
do
fresco
all
the
this
entire house.
really nice
Yeah,
shit?
I like my walls frescoed and my ceiling. I'd say do the cabinets too while you're at it. Fresco everything.
Fresco.
I like that, tactile, little bumpy, braille everywhere. So
Just stand in my kitchen and feel the cupboards.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know what this says, but I'm sure if I was blind, it'd be amazing.
It's like a bunch of people talking at once.
Yeah. It's like I'm at a concert. I use both hands.
You know what the
I
worst
can't
thing?
understand.
But that shit hurts. You can't, not really fast, just really sort of slowly.
You know what the worst thing to read in Braille is?
No.
Do not touch.
Oh, that's funny. Cory is dying laughing.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
That was
Wow.
weak.
How many viewers are we down
That was weak
to now?
sauce.
Oh, we keep losing him.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
Five. It's 5, and I'm one of them.
Yeah. So now we're boring people on two platforms now, and not just one.
Yep.
Word.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
Got to get that boredom out there. Any way we can.
Hey, why don't we take a break and come back in 15 minutes? I think so. We'll in the second half we'll do Gentleman's Agreement Pick of the Week and
lot.
Existential Question.
And Funko This.
You got to Funko this?
Funko This is insane this week, buddy.
Do you want to do it before we go to break?
No, we can do it after.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do that right now. Thanks for sticking with us on our brand new YouTube Live stream, and we'll see you here in 15 minutes. Second half, episode 133 for Schnozzcast. Thanks for sticking with us. I hear that the Funko This for this week is amazing.
Oh, it most definitely is.
So let's get into that.
Funko this. Funko this. Funko this.
Every time, without fail.
He tried so hard.
He did.
I pulled it in.
Oh, I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was real close, Todd. Real close.
I thought for a minute that you hadn't joined the room again.
So, for this week's Funko This, I've got another twofer for you guys. And
Oh.
they're not in one pack, obviously, but it is the Mighty Ducks, Coach Bombay and Charlie Conway. Do you not remember the Mighty
I
Ducks?
don't know that I've ever seen it all the way
Oh,
through.
dude, the original
Same
one?
here. With Emilio Estevez.
We're Gen Z, bitches. Isn't that the Todd quote?
Okay,
Yeah,
Boomer.
true.
Gen Z doesn't watch the Mighty Ducks.
Okay, Boomer.
So,
We're Gen X, Bob.
well,
Sorry, Gen X.
this is right in
Gen Z.
Danielle and I.
Gen X doesn't know what gen they're in.
For Danielle and I, this is like right in our wheelhouse of like a movie growing up. So
Okay.
when they came out with these, it was absolutely phenomenal. And there's still more we have to add to the collection.
Naturally.
Well, of course, but
So this is number 788 and 790 from the Pop collection, but I want to know which one is 789. What's the one in between those two?
there's three that we need to pick up as well.
Okay, do you know what those are?
Adam Banks, Goldberg, and Fulton.
Okay,
Reed Fulton.
gotcha. Are those really difficult to find, or are these the tough to find ones? You just
No,
started-
they're brand new.
Oh, they're brand new.
Yeah, they literally just came out. So
Okay.
But one that is tough to find, and I've never seen it anywhere else. Mr. Nick Bader, if you could reach down in that bag you were just peeking around
Oh,
in.
is that why?
I got screamed at. Got
He
scolded.
went on the break. He went to reach for his book of existential questions. And Cory's like, "Hey, what?
Yeah, I know because I noticed a bag next to him. I'm like,
What the fuck?"
I'm like,
thought
did
I
I
hit-
leave food down here or
I thought
something?
I hit it well enough, and you weren't noticing it until you went to reach for the book. So
That's awesome,
what'd
dude.
What'd you get? Seinfeld.
dude, I've never seen anyone or any other one of those anywhere else except for the Target we were at the other day. So the box is beat to shit. I know you don't care about that,
No.
so that's why I picked it up for you.
Thank you, buddy.
I know there's only certain ones.
So a gift for Nick Bader from Cory, the number 1096, the
Wow.
Jerry from the Seinfeld series.
That's awesome. I don't know what he's wearing.
How many different Funkos have you gotten from Cory now?
Four. This is the
This
fourth
is your
one.
fourth one. You got you got Joey wearing all the clothes,
Yeah,
and then you got who's that lady down there?
dude.
I don't know.
Pam Anderson
Pam Anderson from Baywatch
and the
Baywatch.
Hoff.
and the Hoff. Where's the Hoff? Oh, right next to it. Okay.
Yep, right next to Pam.
Where he should be,
Never hassle the Hoff.
sniffing her panties.
Sniffing that red bathing suit.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you, buddy.
awesome.
No problem. Like I said, I know it only takes it's certain ones that are going to stick.
That's right.
And when I saw that, I'm like, there was no question. I'm like, I got to pick it up.
That's awesome.
So again, I've never seen it anywhere else ever since we've even started collecting and gone to a bunch of different stores and all that. So
Yeah.
to come across that, I was quite excited.
Very cool.
Well done. Anything more you want to say about these Mighty Ducks Funkos?
Oh no, that's Funko This for this week.
All right. Why don't we do? Because I know Nick didn't watch it, so it'll just be the three of us for this week. We'll do a little gentleman's agreement.
All right.
Mr. Todd Dillon.
Word.
I can't remember who assigned it to you, but it was Bert Kreischer, the Machine.
That was me.
Yep.
From Cory. Okay.
Yep.
30-second synopsis. Go, buddy.
He's a funny guy, similar to who was the last guy that I watched?
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura. Similar thing. I think ultimately funny. Solid C minus. I mean, I wasn't floored the whole time laughing my ass off. It's a lot of stories about their kids and their family life, and I'm like, I could tell the same story. I mean, my chicken and porn story is way funnier than his kid sticking her dirty ass finger into her dog's mouth.
I knew it. I knew that was going to happen.
So solid C minus.
You're a tough crowd, Todd.
I love it.
I'm easy. I liked Who Loves Hail Satan.
Yeah, true.
That is true.
Hopefully we can cut that out.
So this is a stand-up special, right, Todd? That you had to watch?
Yep.
Had you ever
Yeah,
seen?
I would. Again, if you like there's nothing wrong with it. You're not gonna watch it and be mad. It's an hour and 11 minutes. It's good. Like I said, it's C minus material. You'll laugh at some parts. You'll tune out at some parts. He'll hit a vein that's of something that's similar to something you've experienced. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Haven't you ever seen any of his stand-up before?
I haven't seen any of his stand-up specials. I've absolutely heard him like on Raw Dog Comedy on Sirius. And again, I listened to him, and he's had some funny bits. Like I said, I laughed at this one. It just end to end. Like I said, there's some bits I laughed at, but there was never a time where I laughed so hard that I wasn't getting oxygen. I could see those little bubbles, and I thought I was going to faint. Like when dude zips his wiener up, and there's something about Mary. I didn't have any of those moments.
Okay.
Okay, Corey, that's your yardstick.
Yeah, I would say
That's the yardstick. Yeah.
different types of comedy, but okay, all right.
It's not even the story. It's just if it makes me laugh so hard that I almost pass out, that's good. At least once, you got me hooked. He doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have any one-liners or segments that are make you freaking pass out funny.
All right. I think I got my next one for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you know what to assign him if you get him next. All right. Thanks, Todd. Corey,
Thank you.
you had Uncut Gems by me.
Yes. Adam Sandler,
Yes,
huge
sir.
fan, as we talked about. And, dude, yeah, it was definitely a huge mix of like I said, we discussed The Cobbler. I know you haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
But that serious acting rather than the regular what you expect out of Adam Sandler with like Happy Gilmore and even Big Daddy, which was more of a serious role, but it was still that common Adam Sandler role.
Yeah.
And I will say, watching this too, the one thing that they did in Uncut Gems that I've never seen in any of his other movies were the kind of different camera angles they did, like the far away, like almost up on like a platform, looking down on him walking somewhere.
Okay.
It was, I've never seen that in any other Adam Sandler movie whatsoever. And not being a director or a producer or anything, for it to stick out like that to me kind of actually meant something. Like this is something that doesn't occur in all his movies. So that was very cool. And then the scene with him crying in his office, that's something from Adam Sandler. I've never seen that type of acting.
Yeah.
It was way off his usual base, but amazing. And it shows you he is a good all-around actor. He just happens to produce movies for himself that kind of always paint him in one light. So it was really cool to see the extensiveness of his acting. And it was a great movie. The ending was shocking as well. So I won't ruin that for anyone that still wants to see it, because I do recommend you go watch Uncut Gems.
Awesome, sir.
Nice.
Glad you caught it. To round it out, I had Prank Encounters from Nick Bader. Solid C minus.
Oh, no. He just wanted to give that to someone else because
No. So I watched the first 4 episodes. So Prank Encounters is it's a Netflix 30-minute long episodes. It's like a punked type of a show, but the host is the kid from Stranger Things, Gatton Matarazzo. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I can't remember which character he played in Stranger Things, but he's the host. And so he's in the van outside in the driveway, and the whole point of Prank Encounters is they're trying to, it's like a horror themed, obviously because he was in Stranger Things. It's a horror themed version of Punk'd, where they're setting up 1 or 2, I guess they call them the marks, the people who are unaware that there's anything going on untoward, and they have a whole cast of characters that are rounding out. So the first episode, they're in a house that is being sold, but so they bring in these 2 marks, to basically work for this fictitious company and help them to, I guess there's some rich people that own the house, to help them to box up and package up all the expensive belongings. It's like $3 million worth of statues and artwork, and replace them with cheaper versions of that, so that there'll still be decorations in the house, but they can get the expensive, pieces that the owners own out of the way. And everybody else besides these two women the marks are in on it. And they do the sort of predictable things where one of them is sitting there trying to watch like a bank of monitors, and on the monitor they've rigged the video so that things that, like furniture that they've moved, is somehow like mysteriously right back where it started from. And some guy comes in with wheeling his dead mother in a wheelchair. So and then he comes back, he leaves and he comes back and he's like covered in blood, and he goes off on this crazy rant. I think by the time the first episode was ended, I wanted to be able to like suspend disbelief and that somehow believe that these people were actually scared, but I never really got that impression. And part of it was because some of the things that happened, like some of the crew that was in on it, was like one of the guys was like the foreman, like he was in charge of all the AV equipment in this house in this first episode, and he was wearing the worst toupee I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
such that I don't know how this lady didn't realize that she was being pranked right from the first minute of the show, because and every episode had one thing in there where, like, if it was you, you'd be like, what? No, that can't be real. Whether it was the guy with the toupee or, somebody trying to explain what they had to do, but doing it in such a horrible way that it wasn't believable. And that's the part that really just knocked it down for me. So it's a good premise, a good idea. And
I think season 1 was better too. You think you started on season 2, and it's not that great, but
season 1 was better.
Yeah,
so it got worse as it went along.
Seems
that's
like
really weird.
It seems like it, and it's one of those things where some of the pranks they do are good, and some are very corny.
Yeah,
So
I feel like from Stranger Things, the kid getting Matarazzo got a lot of pull within Netflix, and he pitched the show, and they're like, "Yeah, man, you're on Stranger Things." It's literally Behind the Office, the second most popular thing on all of Netflix, is watched by billions of people. You can do whatever you want,
right?
And no one asked him how he was going to do it. No one watched the dailies and gave him suggestions, and they just ended up airing this prank show that really was like a solid C-. So sorry, Nick.
Oh, no worries.
I did watch.
It wasn't anything that blew me away. That's for sure.
I'm sure you were struggling to find something for me to.
Very much so.
To me, so.
Very much.
I appreciate it, but okay. So new assignments for next week. Nick, I'm going to leave you out of this because you had Man on Fire from last week. Who's that by?
Well, like we've done in the past. Well, I'll
for
double
me.
up.
It was for me. Plus, yeah, I was going to say, normally we double up, don't we?
Yeah, I'll double up.
Well, we've all got jobs, and so if you were to say, like, I don't know if I have time to watch 4 hours of content.
But I'd say TT,
I'll make
suck
it
it up and watch 2.
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
Okay.
I know Nick wouldn't do that.
Now I got to redo this whole goddamn formula.
Sounds like a flock of wah-wahs. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm going to cut that out.
Okay. All right. So I have Nick. Todd has me. Cory has Todd. There you go, Cory. And Nick has Cory.
All right.
So Nick Bader.
I can go first.
Oh, you can go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cory, you got to watch The Killing.
I've already seen it.
Damn it.
You still want to go first?
Oh, man. Now he's like, oh.
What is it about?
The Killing.
It's about a killing.
Did you see it?
I've seen it.
Is it a show or a movie?
Did you like it?
It was all right.
Okay, maybe I won't go first.
All right. I'll go first. I got you, Nick. Have you seen
Bob?
what?
Have you seen? Come on.
Have you seen Castaway?
No.
Tom Hanks.
I'm
Really?
familiar, yeah, but
Okay.
Nelson?
Yeah, right, Todd. That's why I wanted to watch it. So, that's what you got. Castaway. All right. Cory, you have Todd.
Todd, to follow up with your Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer experience, I'm going to give you The Cabin on Netflix.
Okay.
See if that doesn't get a belly laugh out of you.
All right. I'm easy.
I hope so, because he just assigned you a show with the same guy who you said you got a solid C-.
No, like I said, I think he's a talented comedian. I'm not knocking him. It's one of those things where they wouldn't be my. If you said, "Hey, who's your favorite comedian?" they wouldn't come up in my first 20.
Okay.
But they're funny, really funny.
All right.
C- funny.
Solid C-. Funny.
Yeah,
Todd, you had me.
I do. Have you seen Mr. In Between?
Show or movie?
Series.
I have not.
There you go.
What network is it on, man?
I think it's Hula.
Hula? Okay. Oh, by the way, Nick Castaway is also on Hulu for free.
Okay, thanks. Cory, did you see The Devil Next Door?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah, that was good.
Wasn't that good?
That was very good.
Just wasting time. Was it good?
Do you want to see it again?
I'm just trying to get a feel of what he might like. Did you see The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann?
Yes.
Are there all the documentaries have you seen?
Are you
on
just
Netflix?
going down through what you assigned to me? And
No, I'm
wondering if
going.
you already
I'm
assigned
going
to
through
him?
what I've watched.
Oh, okay.
That's the premise of Gentlemen Screaming.
Is it?
Nick's coming to a dwindling end here.
I don't watch movies unless you guys tell me to. So, you saw Dark, and
Hold on. You had to watch Son of a Woman.
Hoo-ah.
Has Cory ever seen that?
I have.
Damn it.
think
I was trying to.
I think he's lying.
Hey, has he seen Jingle Jangle?
Jingle, jingle.
I would love,
he has not.
I would love to assign that to Cory.
Why can't you?
I can already tell you I'm not watching it.
I wouldn't put you through that, buddy.
Oh, come on.
You've seen
It got love. Listen to the episode. It got love.
You've seen Dark, right?
Yes.
Is that because I assigned it to Danielle and you watched it, or I sent it to you?
You also sent it to me as well.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going down the list here. Abducted in plain
Jingle
sight.
Jangle, bitch.
Damn it.
You could look at all the shit that you've already watched on OneNote.
I should not attempt to assign him a documentary because I feel like he's seen them all.
Yeah.
Okay, can we cut his mic? Can we cut his mic?
No, I'm going to turn his volume up. I want it louder.
No. Have you seen The Platform?
You assigned that to me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Didn't you hate it?
That was stupid.
El Hoyo was the name of it.
Yeah,
I don't know why I wrote that down.
The
But
middle of the prison. So fucking dumb.
why did I write down El Hoyo?
I don't know.
I think that's Spanish for the Hoyo.
Oh, Jesus. I Am a Killer?
Yes.
Wow. Right. Roll.
All right, you're looking at your Netflix watch history, right?
Yeah.
You could look at OneNote, which is a list of, for the last year and a half, everything that you've been assigned that you absolutely watched. And maybe there's something else there that's not on
Bob.
Netflix.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Love of God. All right.
We should play that Jeopardy.
No, that's not the hallmark of a good podcast when you have to play Jeopardy music because it's so quiet. All right. Well, we don't have to necessarily wait for the end of Gentleman's Agreement to start the next segment.
That's fine.
We can come back to it.
That's fine.
We come back to it. All right. So I'm going to take a little creative license here. We'll do Nick's existential question of the week.
Nick's existential Existential Question of the Week.
All right. So, oh, now I see. It was never delivered. Okay. So the question for this week is, and Todd Dillon, since you're sitting there waiting and not currently looking up Netflix watch history, let's start with you.
I thought it was Nick's question.
Nick's busy.
What's the question?
You don't have we're not giving a question for Nick's existential question.
Sure, we talked about it. You said, "Oh, I'm gonna. Here's what I'm thinking about asking." I'm like, "Oh, that'd be great."
No, I don't remember this conversation at all.
That's because it was last night.
No.
So, okay, you're gonna.
I have a question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
What do you,
No.
okay. So,
You're not going to hijack his.
yeah.
I'm not hijacking anything.
Like,
You can read it.
Cory's busy, so for this week's Funko This. So,
I could absolutely do that.
so the existential question for this week is name one thing that you did. It could be in your house as a child. It could be a number of different things, but name one thing that you did that your parents don't know about. Never told your parents.
That I did?
Yeah, not something like something I cleaned my bedroom. Something bad that you did.
Has
that
to be bad.
Yeah, that you never told your parents. Yeah.
And got away with, or they found out?
Well, if you never told
No,
them, then you
the-
got
yeah.
away with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying,
Yeah.
who knows? 5 years down
As far
the road.
as you
they-
know.
Yeah.
As far as you know, they don't know.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they don't know.
I got one.
Go ahead.
So Todd knows this because I feel like he helped me. But I was at Alma. Todd was obviously there at the same time. I feel like I've already gone over the Big Brothers Big Sisters ploy that we did when we were there. Just trying to get beer money. Something for the weekend, something for the party. So we were kind of always looking for ways to do that, whether it was shaking vending machines or going door to door for Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
What?
Asking them for the returnables. Did I never do this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the answer to the existential question, but yeah, Todd and I went out into the town, Alma, into the neighborhoods, and
In the neighboring towns.
had a bunch of garbage
St. Louis.
bags and went door to door asking for cans and bottles to donate to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, which we then returned to 7-Eleven for beer money for the night.
Beer money.
Yeah. So not proud of it, and if there's one thing that's definitely going to send me to hell, that's probably the number one thing.
Uh-huh.
But this other one's probably a pretty close second. So right about that same time, my parents had built a house, and they were trying to populate it with furniture and electronics and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of the, shenanigans that were going on in Alma and looking for new revenue streams to fuel our alcohol habit, I was part of a group of folks that went up to Central Michigan, where there were folks that I knew, and Central had in their dorms there were like 2 towers, generally separated by like a connected basement, and that's kind of how you got from tower to tower. And the central area in the basement was just like a seating area, so it had couches, chairs, TVs, VCRs, vending machines, microwave, things like that. So I know for a fact that we stole a VCR from one of the dorms, from one of the common areas, and I didn't need the VCR. I needed the value of the VCR. So I asked my dad if he would like to buy an extra VCR that I had for $100, which he did. And that VCR stayed in his house up at Torch Lake until he sold it years later. And on the back of the VCR was etched in property of Central Michigan University.
Oh my God.
And he never looked at the back. I hooked it up for him. He never knew. And I got $100 from my dad.
The funny thing about that is that this week's pick of the week, or Nick's existential question, was going to be name what crime that you got away with. And you kind of hit the nail on the
I
head
don't know
with
that that's a crime.
with stealing is a crime.
That's most definitely.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in the home, like the hoodwinking of my dad. Yes.
No,
Yes.
he's taking-
Kids, theft is a crime. Definitely
larceny is a
don't,
crime.
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
I don't see what's wrong with any of it.
Inadvisable.
Nick, you tell me where I could have gotten locked up for any of that.
Right.
He's like maybe a little hoodwinking and swindling, but not a crime.
Yeah. A little grifting, a little
It
hoodwinking.
was definitely a crime.
Yeah. So that's my that's my answer.
So
I think it qualifies.
So my answer is my dad used to.
Hey, hang on. Let's do this real quick before we.
Yep.
Cheers.
Todd, we are about to do a Schnozzcast shot.
I'm looking.
And for anyone out there on YouTube Live or in the future watching this episode and marveling at how young they looked, please join us and do a shot with us.
I don't think anyone's marveled and thought how young you look, Bob.
In the future,
Salute.
I will look way worse in the future. They'll be marveling.
So, oh God,
That's why they call it over the hill.
yeah,
You're not going to look.
it's okay. Are you dying right now?
Wow.
Sweet apothecary.
You're not going to look any better than you do right now.
Yeah.
That's what over the hill means. Only
So,
going to be worse every day, getting worse.
so mine was my dad used to go out of town all week, and he worked in Chicago, and he'd come home on the weekend. So of course I would have people over. And one night was actually pretty low key. It was my buddy Josh and Frank, and one other person I think, and we had bought airsoft guns, airsoft pistols, and at the time, downstairs there was normally a couch against this wall, and it was right around Christmas, so we had the pole for the Christmas tree with the little slats in it, but there were no branches on it yet. It's like we started the process. So the couch was moved like into storage, and where this couch should be is this Christmas tree pole. So it was like pitch black downstairs, and Josh and I got on a team, and Frank and one of our other friends were on a team, and we were going around the house shooting each other with airsoft guns. So Josh was somewhere hidden upstairs, and I was hiding in like the crawl space / basement area downstairs, which feeds right out into the family room where this said couch should be, and now this pole is there. So apparently, I had no idea, much to my surprise. Frank was like a third level Don in Hopketo and Kenpo and everything. He was pretty much a badass.
What the fuck did you just say?
Hopketo.
You said something about hop keto. Sound like a latte.
Kenpo and Tajitsu. He was a fighter.
With soy milk.
I'll have a grande one of those.
So Frank had hidden like behind the TV and apparently knew that I was in like the crawl space area. So as I came out with my gun to kind of clear the room to walk around the corner, Frank like linebackered came charging at me and jumped through the air to tackle me. I mean, as if you could pick someone up horizontally and throw them with their arms out at someone, that's how Frank hit me. And thought that we were both crashing into the couch. But there was no couch. So Frank's forehead went into the Christmas tree pole, which had a bunch of sharp little slats on it.
Oh, no.
And sliced his forehead straight open. I didn't know because it was pitch black. And as he jumped into me, he also consequentially, like, his elbow went directly into the drywall.
Oh, no.
Big hole, wallpaper, drywall. So he's yelling and moaning at the time. Oh, my God.
And you're like, shut up, man, shut up.
And I'm laughing. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I finally turned the light on. And he's just holding his head, and he's like,
"Oh, the horror!"
He's like, "This is bad. This is bad." And I'm like, "What's bad,
Not
dude?
so
no,
much here or here.
Yeah.
right there.
Ship shape.
Yeah.
He said, "No, this is bad." And I said, "Let me. What's bad?" He's like, "I hit the pole." And I said, "Well, let me see your head." He goes, "No." I said, "What do you mean, no? I don't have insurance. I'm not going to the hospital." I said, "What are you even talking about?" Let me
Insurance. How old were you? This
19,
last week.
19, 20. And he removed his hands, and there was a nice fillet right directly between his eyebrows on his forehead. I mean, it was split open. And so I said, let me take you to the hospital. And he's like, nope, not going to the hospital. I said, well, what can I do? I'm a lifeguard. And
is that what you said in
water
in the moment?
That's what I said. I said I can butterfly bandage it and do the best I absolutely can, but you need stitches. And so he said, there's no way we're going to the hospital. So I said, okay. So I butterfly bandaged him up. To this day, he's got a bump, like a little scar bump, like right in between his.
So you're admitting you didn't do a good job?
No, I did a great job for not having stitches or any kind of sutures. But, yeah, we moved the couch back and never fixed the wall.
You never fixed the wall?
No. Because that's where the couch goes.
And your parents still don't know?
No.
They never moved the couch.
My dad has never directly said anything. He said that he called the period that he went out of town and I was left at 20 or 21 at the house. He refers to it as the Holocaust.
So
he said he's found
he
a
knows
lot
that
of
there's a-
he's found a lot of broken things, and a lot of expensive booze that he has was replaced with water.
I thought you were going to say the
burn
Lost
things
Weekend, because
but
the
he-
Holocaust is actually like a horrible, horrible historical event.
Yeah.
Not at all
very
like
bad.
what you did.
No, that's why he's
not good.
comparing it, because he's saying his home was actually during the time our neighbor came up to my dad, and I know I've told you this story before, but my neighbor came up to my dad and said, "Hey, Greg, how's everything going?" And he said, "Everything's okay." And he said, "Are you still working out in Chicago?" And he said, "Yeah." And he was a single guy, but probably in his late 60s, early 70s. And he said, "Do you have any plans to come back anytime soon?" And he's like, I mean, they haven't given me a return home date. I'm still coming home the weekends." He's like, "But probably, in the next 6 months." He's like, "You're going to come home for good?" And he's like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Well, no, I'm in all seriousness. It's because I'm going to put my house up for sale." And he said, "What? What do you mean you're putting your house up for sale? Your son parties every night of the week. He has a party." And my dad's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yep. Yeah, I know he really does. And I'm dead serious. I'm going to sell my house. But if you're coming back home, then I'm not gonna sell it."
I need to know whether I need to sell my house or not. If you just tell me, if you're coming home, I'm staying. If not, I'm selling.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's mine.
All right, let's let you get back to researching your gentleman's agreement stuff.
I had a couple I could ask him real quick. Cory, have you seen? Okay, hold on, I lost it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Cory, why don't you go?
So, believe it or not, mine is also related to an airsoft pistol as well.
Boy,
I knew we were separated at birth.
So,
Hey,
I got my first airsoft pistol by going up to Harry's. Someone I knew at the time was 18. I was 16. So they purchased it for me, gave them money, came home, started messing around with it.
that's the first illegal thing you did.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
this sounds like the same year.
And they also, it was supposed to be $169. And the lady at Harry's did not see the 1 in front of the 69.
Oh.
And I was like, so 73, whatever.
Yeah.
And the person buying it for me was like, hey, I was like,
Oh, you were there?
yeah.
Why were you there?
This is babysitter.
Standing behind him. So
You send them in to buy the thing. You don't.
it's not booze, dude.
If they get
It's-
busted, you don't want to be anywhere around that as the 16-year-old who shouldn't be buying
because it's
it.
not like
That's these Gen Zers do and millennials do, Bob.
telling
Do
you.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Another thing that's illegal.
yeah.
I see.
So
yeah.
So, anyways, get the airsoft gun, go home, and I'm shooting from my room. All the way down the hallway was our couch, right in front of the window. So, just doing that, paying no attention to anything, and just hitting the couch, picking up all the little airsoft BBs. A couple days later, was doing the exact same thing, but not paying attention to this time. Our blinds were closed. So they were open before when I was shooting at it, because someone kind of rise up and hit the window. But they would just fall behind the couch after hitting the window, and that was that.
No, you're not going to crack the glass, but
No. But this time the blinds were closed.
yeah.
So as I'm shooting, all of a sudden I hear a blind kind of make a little bit of a noise, and I just see light pouring through this little hole in the blind, and I was like, "Oh!"
It was just the blind. It wasn't the window. You didn't break the window.
No, the window was fine. It was just the blind. But I'm like, I'm screwed. Like, my parents don't know I have this. And if they see this,
but wait till they hear what I paid for it. They're gonna be so happy.
They'll be elated.
Exactly. Yeah. They'll take you to a kids rock concert.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they, I mean, honestly, and I'm not trying. I'm not trying to interject, but to talk about your story. I mean, would they?
But that's what I'm going to do.
No, I mean that's what it's supposed to start conversation. Sure. But who would? I mean, just a small hole in the blinds. You'd be like, I don't know what that is.
Dude, it was just
it was moths,
and being a kid too. Like I still fear my parents. So back then I was like, oh, they see this, they're gonna know it was obviously one of the three of us, and it was a perfect little perforated hole.
Mom, have you never heard of the vinyl moths
that create perfect little holes?
Yeah.
Well, so anyways, I'm like, oh, I got to fix this.
Why won't you just blame Keegan?
Because she didn't have an airsoft gun. Dude, Todd, in my mind, I'm like, so they're going to know it's me.
Neither did you, Corey, according to what your parents
said. Well, exactly. So I'm like, how am I going to fix this? I'm taking paper and like putting it in the blind and taping it down. Light was still coming through. And then obviously when you turn the lights on in the living room, you could clearly see this wad of paper against the blind. So I'm like, oh, shit. So, and this is how long ago this was. I went into the Yellow Pages and found a blind factory on Monroe.
Which you could pay for with all the money you saved on your airsoft gun.
So the money I had in my pocket was like probably $75. So I'm like, dude, I hauled ass down to this blind shop, walked in, and I'm like, who knows if I thought, I'm like, there's no way I have enough money in my pocket to even cover this cost.
$100.
Corey,
75.
Corey,
but
did you
75?
Did you have 75 because you thought that the airsoft gun was going to be more?
Probably. So I walk in and there's no one around, and I brought the blind with me to try to get a good comparison. So this guy finally walks out of the back and he's like, looks at me like 16-year-old in the blind store by yourself. Like, what? He's like, yeah, how can I help you? I'm like, hey, do you have any blinds that look like this? And I unrolled it and I put it on the counter, and he saw the hole in it and he's like, He's like, I don't have the exact one, but I have something similar. I was like, oh, let me see. He's like, okay. So he pulls it out of this box and he lays it down, and I'm like, how are you going to tell me that's not the exact one? It clearly is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sir, this will do. Perfect. I'm like, how much? And I just pull out all my money in front of him, like, I'm going to give this all to you. And he looks at the broken blind again. He's like, you know what, man? Merry Christmas.
Come on.
He gave you one slat?
One slat.
That's all you needed.
He punched the hole in the top of it for me.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Flew back home, put it back in, put it on the very end, too, because I'm like, the discoloration, they might see that.
How was it discolored? It was the same exact...
Dude, my parents smoked in the house for years.
Oh, this is a smoke-free blind that you added to
yeah,
the...
Yeah, so I made sure I put it on the end.
So it's bright white.
That was all folded up.
Right.
I mean, they unrolled very...
Wait, so how did he know to look for the bright white, and he didn't just go like, no, I don't have any brown blinds
No,
here.
but
they weren't terrible.
The bottom part that's normally stacked. Like, so you're not going to really even see it because it's smashed between a bunch
these
of...
blinds were
they're vertical blinds.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, they're vertical blinds.
Yeah.
Venetian, yeah.
So,
Gesundheit.
never ever had my parents find out about that. That was the one thing I think one of the only things I ever got away with.
So
as
to
a
this
child.
day, your mom does not.
Has no clue.
Okay. What if she? What do you think she'd do if she heard this? Not that she's going to, but if she heard this episode,
Oh, she'd laugh at it now.
would she?
Oh yeah,
All right, that's good.
but at the time, I thought my world was over.
You could do. I could do for you what my best man did for me, which is to expose your ruse to your parents during my best man toast.
Yeah, but you just gave it away.
She's not going to listen to this.
Yeah, but he knows. You want him to be on his toast too. You should have just said it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going. I'm not going to because it was done to me. So,
No, I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah, there you go. That's the one thing I got away with as a child.
all right, Todd. I was hoping to save you for the end because I feel like the story you have is going to be epic.
It's stupid.
Epically stupid. That's what I meant to say.
It's epically stupid.
Okay.
So the thing that jumps out, the thing that I got away with that my parents never ever found out, because they would have killed me if they knew how I almost killed myself. But we lived in a little townhouse apartment thingy, and every couple of days or so we would, this is going to date myself, but we had fuses blow, and so we would have every now and again a fuse would blow, and the TV would go out and some lights, and my dad would run downstairs just like in Christmas Story, and he'd curse and go through the fuses and then take out the old fuse that had blown and then plug in a new fuse. And the rule was, though, when a fuse would blow, and crap, I'm watching Dukes of Hazzard or whatever, and I'd want to go down, I'll go and change it. And my parents were like, never, ever change the fuses. That is for adults. And so I'm like, okay, so that was the rules of the house. Don't ever change a fuse. Well, months after that decree, I happened to be home. My parents were both at work, and I was watching my after-school cartoons or whatnot, and we blew a fuse. And so how
often did you guys blow a fuse?
All the time. I think because we were in town.
It happens to me like once a year, if that.
Yeah, but I think you're in a separate house. I think the reason we were blowing fuses was because we were in townhomes that were connected to other homes. And so if someone had a surge in one apartment, essentially we would fall victim to it, even if there was very little going on in ours.
Gotcha.
We were in a poor black neighborhood, Bob. The hood. So anyway.
You were in a townhouse.
Yeah, so it was called a townhouse, but it was in the ghetto.
Townhouse seems to be a well-to-do word in my brain.
Well, if it's a townhouse,
hold
on, exactly. If it's a townhouse in Inkster, which it was, set the appropriate scale to the word townhouse.
I missed the word Inkster. Had you said that, okay.
Sometimes you can take the ghetto, you can take the people out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the person.
I'm not. Hey,
so townhouse. Just because it's a townhouse.
I lived in Inkster. In Inkster. I'm not gonna deny that I lived in Inktown. Go. But anyway, so on this particular day, we blew a fuse, and it was at a time where I knew that my parents were going to be home for hours. So I'm like, I'm going to sit here in the dark and learn something, do push up. I'm like, no. So I march my freaking dumbass down the stairs, and again, I have no idea how to read which fuse powers what. So I have no idea even what fuse is blown. And by the way, blown a fuse, and there's no lights in the basement, so I'm in the dark. Don't know anything that there are different fuses for different circuits. Long story short, I just unscrewed a random fuse that I was able to get out, then grabbed a fuse out of a random box of fuses that we had because they were different amperages. So I tried to put a fuse into the one that I removed, and of course it didn't fit because the form factor was different because I had the wrong amperage. The smartness in me had me think, hey, there must be something stuck or left behind from the fuse that I removed that's still in this fuse box. And so I stuck my finger into that fuse hole.
You didn't.
I did.
Oh, my God.
And with the force of Thor, I got thrown into the freaking wall
mighty.
across the freaking basement. And I had a freaking Don King going. And I was lucky I didn't kill myself.
Yes, you are.
Literally. And I freaking hobble upstairs and lay in bed until my parents come home. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, we blew a fuse and I was sleepy, so I went to bed.
Wait, so you went up and laid in your bed?
I did.
Glowing probably,
to die.
With a giant fro. Just waited in the silence and
waited
for
to
your
die
parents.
because they were going to kill me because they told me not to touch the fucking fuse box.
So did they see the
no
sort
dude,
of
to this,
like Wile E. Coyote, scorch marks around your profile against the opposite wall?
To this day, and my dad actually made a comment. He goes, there's a fuse blown, but there's no fuse in the. I don't know how we wouldn't have known that. He never ever caught on. I totally scot-free. Literally, good thing my mom doesn't know anything about technology. She would be totally. Actually, both of them would be amazed that I'm still alive and that I didn't have the nerve to actually tell them because I was more afraid of them beating my ass for just a break rule than almost freaking killing myself.
Wow.
True story.
You were right. Epically stupid. That's what that was.
And so to this day, though, as an adult, I very much respect electricity. Even though my dumb, and by the way, the daredevil in me still lives. I still change outlets hot, which again,
What?
for electricians, they're like, you're a puss. I do that with my eyes closed. But still, I still do it just to stay sharp. And no lie though, but the whole time I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's not smart.
I'm sweating like a Hurt Locker freaking bomb.
You shouldn't need to be sweating profusely, waiting to get electrocuted when you change a plug.
I still do, man. I change them hot.
Why?
There's no reason
Because I'm too lazy to walk to the freaking circuit breaker.
But right, you have a circuit breaker, not a fuse box. You're not going to get electrocuted if you just shut down the
Shut
circuit.
it off. Yeah, but all my UPSs start beeping. It's annoying.
Okay.
Wow.
I got nothing.
Corey, Corey, did you see The Outpost?
I have.
Have you? Have you seen? We're back to this again.
Yeah, for listeners, we're
Have
doubling
you seen
back.
Hidden Figures?
No.
Oh, that's a good
You
one.
got him.
Yep, watch that one.
You got him.
Sweet.
Sweet
Get
diddly
yourself
do.
a computer. Get yourself a computer.
That's on Netflix, I take it?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's on every service that's worth a damn.
Corey, come on, man.
Yeah. By the way, I loved it when I saw it. I think that I assigned it to Nick. He might have hated it, but I liked it.
No, I
If
liked
that
it.
helps.
If I hated it,
Which
I
it
wouldn't
probably
give it
does.
to Corey.
Well, when
Corey,
we
you have
didn't-
season 5 and 6 of Lost.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You're getting lost.
That is definitely not happening.
Okay, we've got another shot sitting here in front of us, Todd.
Hang on.
So, in the year 3000,
In the year 3000.
where you can just tell your automatic slave robots to go get you a shot, go ahead and do that and join us.
A little uncomfortable with the
It'd
slave
be
reference.
awesome if
Yeah, Juneteenth, bitch.
nearly 1,000 years from now they were listening to the Schnozzcast. They're like, this is like the sacred writings of humanity from the year 2021.
At some point, it's going to be, basically.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Todd. Clink.
Machu Picchu.
Oh. Walla Walla, Washington.
That's the good stuff.
Wowsy, wowsy, woo woo. That's what I have to say. Who said that, Bob?
That is a great question. Kramer?
Wowsy, wowsy, woo woo.
Not Kramer?
Nope. Anyone know?
No.
Joey.
No
No,
idea.
it was George Jetson's boss.
Mr. Spacely?
Yep.
Mr.
Spacely
Mr.
Sprockets?
Spacely.
Yep.
Todd, I do like the callback.
Did you say George Jefferson or George Jetson?
I said George Jetson.
George Jefferson had no boss, bitch. He was his own
I
boss.
thought you said, I see you now, and he goes, Mr. Sprocket. I'm like, what the hell's Bob talking about?
George Jefferson was an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
He
Come
owned
on.
his own dry cleaning business.
Come on, man. You know I'm not going to reference
He didn't
George
report to the
Jefferson.
man. Yeah, it's a strict Gen Z.
Todd's like, wow.
By the way, the Jetsons was before George Jefferson.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the fuck you watched the
Todd's like,
the
huh,
Jetsons.
man, that talk I had with them about really blacking this podcast up, it really went over well.
I'm showing you from
Look at
1978.
Look at Nick giving Corey Hidden Figures and giving a Jefferson's reference.
Exactly. And next week, Jingle Jangle.
I'm literally showing you from 1978. Three's Company going into Laverne and Shirley going into Taxi, whatever, and you're like, what this fucking Gen Z shit? Let me drop a Jetsons reference
like,
on you
I'm
from
like-
1971.
I'm like, Corey, what did Fred Sanford always used to say? Come on, man.
That's what Nick and I always talk about.
Yeah.
Corey, you don't know the answer, dude.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm having the big one.
Yep.
Yep, coming to join you, Elizabeth.
coming to join you.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
All right, so we've finally gotten through Gentleman's Agreement, done with Existential Question. Can we close it out with Pick of the Week? And then we'll wrap up the episode.
Son of a bitch.
Anybody want to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Aha.
Go ahead.
Mine.
No, go and start talking.
So my pick of the week is going to be so you guys have probably seen on different infomercials or commercials about the pillow cube.
The pillow cube?
The pillow cube. The pillow cube is a small, very tall memory foam pillow.
Okay.
In the shape of a square. And it's meant for side sleepers.
Go on.
So it's literally, it says that the reason that people that sleep on their side get shit sleep is because you have this giant pillow or a pillow that's too small. And when your head goes on it, your spine does not align correctly. And your head droops down and the rest of your spine is horizontal.
Could it also be because someone else is hogging the covers and you're fucking cold?
Dude, I told you I'm sorry.
Damn it.
So
apology accepted.
Yeah. So the pillow cube basically is about the size of, maybe it's like 1.5 by 1.5 square.
Go on.
And it's probably 9 inches of memory foam.
Soft 9.
And it said
hard 9 for me.
It's
okay.
It says that it fills what they call your shoulder gap.
Yeah.
So it literally goes from your shoulder to your neck. It fills that gap. So you can lay on your side and still have your spine completely aligned. Yeah. And they want like $100 some for a pillow cube. Amazon has, so it's 12 by 12, or I'm sorry, 15 by 12 by 6 is the size of the pillow cube.
So hold on. Which one is the dimension that's going from your shoulder to your head? Because 6 is not long enough, and 15 is like way too much.
It's probably 12.
Okay.
Because it's memory foam, so it's going to have some give. You understand that.
Yeah, but the mattress should also have some give too. So it's not like you're sleeping on a board. Like your shoulder on a side sleeper is going to sink into the mattress a bit.
A little bit, but you're still, when you lay down, you kind of have it. You kind of have that
is
tilted.
It a foot really?
That tilted net. I don't know. It works. Whatever it is. And so anyhow, Netflix has, there's a company called Sundalike, which is Sundaylike. Okay. And it's their emulation of the pillow cube. There's nothing special about the pillow cube. It's not made with aerospace fucking engineered foam. It's
not.
It's memory foam.
No, I'm out.
But if you go,
I only buy things that are built by aerospace engineers.
If you were to purchase the pillow cube, it's upwards of at least $80. I know that for a fucking tiny pillow. But the premise was so interesting to me that I'm like, I have to try this, but I'm not in the mood for an $80. Let's try this.
And I'm not a side sleeper.
Oh, I know. I love sleeping on my side.
Okay.
So I purchased this from Amazon, from this company, Sundaylike. And it must be from overseas because it literally took probably 3 weeks to get here on Amazon. But it is, I've had so much like neck pain and stuff when I lay down and try and force these, flip pillows in half to try and, put them underneath your head and stuff. And 2 pillows is too much and 1 pillow is not enough. And, you have to try and find that happy medium. And I instantly, even on my back, instantly laid on this. And I was like, yes. Okay. And when I laid on my side, it just made perfect sense. And I was so, I had my reservations because when I sleep on my side, I like to put my arm under the pillow, and I'm like, this
your bottom arm,
my bottom arm against the bed, I like to put under the pillow.
Okay.
So my head is sandwiched between my arm and my pillow, and or I'm sorry, the pillow is sandwiched between my arm and my head.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. And
that makes the actual physical, logical sense.
And I was like, dude, I get it. If I slept like this on my side, like literally like a robot, maybe that would be great. But I don't sleep like that.
Yeah.
But I tried it out in a bunch of different ways, and it's very, very, very fucking comfortable. It sounds weird because it's a small cube. It's not a full pillow, but it works really well. I literally took the other 2 pillows that I have, which one's like a hotel pillow,
Yeah.
A
hotel pillow.
Yeah, they branded it as like a hotel pillow, like it's supposed to be super comfortable and everything. But you know what it is?
Okay.
It's like literally
Like
like
a 5-star hotel.
it's literally a pillow. I gotta stop saying literally, but it's a pillow that is filled with like down, and it's supposed to be super comfortable. It sucks. It sucks. Your head sinks in it. There's no support. I hate it.
Okay.
And then I have a memory foam, a giant memory foam pillow. But the memory foam pillow itself is, even though it was expensive, is not enough. It's just not enough support. And so you're putting pillows on top of pillows. But this is perfect. It's the perfect size. It fills that gap between your shoulder and your neck. Yeah. And it's awesome. So if you have the money to spend to piss away, and you want to get the,
how much is it again?
And you want to get the pillow cube, that's great. But if you want the exact same thing, and spend less,
how much?
For 15 by 12 by 6, it's $39.89.
That's not bad.
Not at all. So super cool. But pillow cube is a well-known thing that's available, anywhere. I mean, you can get that on Amazon as well. But I'm like, there's nothing different. I'm not spending. You're looking on Target's website for some reason. Not really sure why.
Doesn't fucking concern you, but that's fine.
He's researching pillow cube on Target's website.
No, not at all.
Not anymore.
It doesn't
you just
fucking
concern.
No, it's still open.
Oh, okay.
Go fuck yourself. It doesn't concern you.
It doesn't.
I'll go next if you want, and I'll explain why I did it.
Sure.
All right.
I have a gift card.
No, so to piggyback off of what Nick was saying, and not at all to shit on what he was saying.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know the pillow cube existed. I didn't know that the cheaper, just as good option also existed. But it's probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so. I was in the same. I'm a side sleeper as well. I had bought all manner of different ergonomic pillows to try to address the fact that I was having neck pain or lower back pain or whatever. I'd spent the money on the mattress and was trying to solve the pillow, puzzle and I stumbled upon the Casper pillow, which is available at Target. It's probably double the price of the pillow cube. But at the time, I didn't know that the pillow cube existed, and it actually, for me, solved so I bought 2 king-size Casper pillows from Target for my bed, and as a pillow-type pillow, not a cube, not a ergonomic, like one that's shaped like a fucking mountain range on the top.
Yeah.
This one is full enough and firm enough that it solved the problem for me. Pillow cube might be like the next level, but for me, like for the last year and a half or so, the Casper pillow has done the trick. So again, I'm not trying to shit on it.
No.
It's twice as expensive. It's like $60 at Target, but if you
it is expensive as the
pillow
bullshit.
cube.
No, the pillow cube itself is like $90.
The Sundalike, $30.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, so this is twice that, so it's $60, but it's an actual. It's a pillow-sized pillow, not a cube. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not 15 inches or however long, but as a pillow, it did the trick for me. So take with a grain of salt. You've got two back-to-back different testimonials regarding pillows for side sleepers, and that's what I got. So let me dish it from there over to Todd. Do you have a pick?
I do.
All right,
I do.
Here we go.
So a couple weeks back, or maybe even it was the last time we all got together, but someone picked one of the Yeti like can coolers or cup coolers and the handheld, and I got to go with the Yeti. Look at the actual model. The Yeti Hall Hard Cooler. The Tundra Hall Hard Cooler.
Oh, okay. Yep. I know the one.
That thing rolls like a Cadillac. I've had a couple of pull behind coolers with the wheels on them from Igloo, and they were good. But I always found that some of the Igloo's higher end things without wheels actually kept things colder for longer. I had a party, put stuff in this cooler, and I had remnants of ice still 3 days after the fact. After the party ended, and I waited to clean it up. Awesome cooler, and then, like I said, rolls like a Cadillac.
Rolls like a Cadillac.
It does. It's just smooth.
For the purveyors of the executive version of the YouTube live video podcast, you can see Cory now subtly caressing.
Nick brought the
pillow.
Q pillow down.
Right.
I guess. I mean.
I can totally see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, the Casper pillow is the pillow equivalent of that.
Here, Showbot, bring it over here.
No. It's okay. I'll after the cast. I do actually want to not test drive it. That's really, you shouldn't do that with a pillow.
No,
you gonna hump
that's
it?
fine.
No, whatever you said. No, yeah, don't do that.
See how this thing works out with the powerful thrusts.
There's a weird groove in this.
Okay.
See how this thing holds the corners.
Cory, are we down to you now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My pick, as I promised last week, with the stuff that we used up north.
Yeah, you did.
Thermacell is a mosquito repeller.
Spell it.
THERMACELL.
Okay.
And it's I only purchased the portable version of what they make. I mean, they make a ton of stuff that you can, all the way from a portable handheld version to like something you leave on the patio, all the way to stuff like you put around your yard and let it sit for hours and hours.
Okay.
But it's a mosquito repellent, and it's, I shouldn't even say just mosquitoes. They eat basically all bugs. Had nothing but a great experience with it up north. Would turn it on when we were outside on the beach. And just this past weekend, I was out on the porch having a cigar, and the bugs were in full effect. And turned that bad boy on and got rid of everything. So their Thermacell products are amazing. No batteries required. There's a little.
Wait, no batteries required?
No batteries at all.
Powered by what then? The sun?
Rechargeable.
No, it's not rechargeable. It's butane that you put in the bottom of it.
Butane.
And it's
Wait a
powered by the
minute.
butane, and then there's a little mat that you put in that's the actual repellent. And it covers like basically a 15-foot dome radius.
I'm looking at Thermacell E55 rechargeable mosquito repeller.
That's one that you would leave out in your yard.
That's a Cadillac of. Cory's talking about the Saturn version of the.
The one I got was just a portable handheld version that you could pack up and take with you. Those are ones that you would leave out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, Todd's like, I just brought the Yeti Tundra. Like, I'm looking for the top of the line mosquito repellent.
If we're getting rid of mosquitoes, let's not stick around.
Yeah, the kind that Richard Branson uses.
Jeff Bezos. Last I saw, Thermacell did make like several $100 versions.
Oh yeah, they make ones that like I say you can put out in your yard and leave them there.
For all those fucking rich hipster doofuses out in Seattle, I'd love to spend their money.
I mean,
nothing better to spend their money on.
But in all honesty, I mean, you got to have something good. I mean, when you're next to a waterfall in a mountain, there's going to be a lot of bugs. There's going to be a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to skeeter. Actually, it's funny. We've been getting dive bombed by moths recently.
Wait, do chickens eat skeeters?
Chickens actually eat ticks. Chickens eat ticks.
We don't have many of those, but yes, that's awesome. And they eat slugs. They'll be my slug defenders.
But do you have a slug? Are
problem?
you overrun by slugs?
Oh, hell yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Everywhere you look,
we're
slugs.
We're sullied with slugs.
Todd, if you
just need to buy a whole bunch of table salt.
If you have some problematic areas where you're finding slugs like that are actually like detrimental to the flora around your house, you can actually throw down pennies, and for whatever reason, copper.
Yeah, copper. Yeah, actually, that's what I put. You put a copper seal around my my boxes. Remember, I told you I was a farmer earlier, but actually, I told you.
You said you were going to be a farmer.
I'm a farmer now. I got a garden, bitch. I got a greenhouse.
That doesn't make you a farmer. That makes you a gardener.
Yeah, I grew a tomato. I'm a farmer.
Doesn't make you a farmer. No, farmer means you're growing. No,
I've grown
you're
crops.
taking care of animals.
No, wait a minute. You can have a farm sans animals. What if I was a corn farmer?
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So get back on the porch, Bob.
You got me.
I did. I'm a farmer.
You got me.
So anyway, I do love Nick's copper tricks. So they make rolls of copper. For whatever reason, slugs it poisons them. But actually, what's even better, and I like to torch them a little bit better because it's a waste of bad product. So I take Coors Light and I pour that in my sprayer, and I spray that on my plants, and just that little bit of alcohol in that shitty ass beer drives freaking slugs crazy.
Look at that. Todd just got cut off the live stream somehow.
You know what else does, Todd? Giant piles of kosher salt.
Well,
that's all you need.
That's bad. That's bad for everything in your garden, though.
Todd,
yeah, but this is a
little bit of Coors Light,
like a scorched earth approach to slug control.
I know you're attempting slug control with things that Cory loves. Is there any way that you can find out, maybe do a little test run, if chew spit deters slugs? Because I have a lot of it. Sometimes I just come up. I happen upon lots and lots of chew spit, so I can send it to you in bottles if you want, and if it works, that'd be fantastic.
Yes.
Todd,
I think
Todd, I can even come there in person.
There we go. Let's set up a reciprocal program. Hey, and I'm going to send you in a sack a thing that I think is going to be the next frickin' fire starter for every fire pit and inside stove. So I will send you my bag of fire starter, and you send me your chew spit.
The cool thing is it's like a 2-for-1 because
I'm not sure which one of these people are getting off worse on this deal.
The chew spit that I will provide you with actually has a certain percentage of Coors Light in it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Send it to me. I can't wait. Like I said, and I can't wait for you to try out Todd's freaking bags. Oh, fucking fire starter.
All right.
I got nothing after that. That is the episode for the week. Please join us next weekend for episode 134. For Schnozzcast, this is Bob saying goodbye for Big Pater, Cory Selesky, Todd Dillon. See you next Saturday.